Okay, hi everyone and welcome back. So today is, like my coworker said, today is day 3 of our 3-day social media series, and we will be covering Snapchat. Okay, and then for this presentation, just like our other ones, we're going to be covering what is Snapchat, what are the requirements when creating an account, what are the advantages and appeal of using the application, what are the disadvantages, how to customize privacy settings, and different ways of monitoring activity on this app. So Snapchat is a picture messaging app that lets its users snap pictures or take short videos to send to other users. These images are usually sent with a customizable time limit for viewing, and then they disappear, and I use that very lightly, they disappear right after. Snapchat is used as a simple way to share everyday moments. Let's take a look at how to create an account and what requirements there are. So account requirements include, or let's just go a little bit back. Before creating an account, because we're looking at the mobile version, first you're going to have to download, install, and open the application on your device. When the app opens initially, new users will see the image on screen with the options to either log in or sign up. So let's just pretend we don't have an account, we're brand new to Snapchat. We're going to go ahead and click that sign up in blue to begin creating our new account. Users will then be prompted to enter first and last name, your birth date. You'll be able to choose a username, given that it's not taken by someone else already, and then enter an email or phone number to associate that account with. After all of that has been entered, a confirmation number will be either emailed or sent by text message to the user. This number will need to be entered to finalize the creation of your account. After the account has been verified with that confirmation number, then users will be prompted to find their friends by allowing the application access to your phone's saved contacts. Okay. So now we have an account. What are some of the advantages and appeal of the Snapchat app? First off, Snapchat offers, of course, free social networking, right? It is a very easy to use app that allows users to snap pictures and videos on the spot to send to friends or upload them directly from your phone's library. Through Snapchat, users can access games, they can access news, entertainment, quizzes, and photo and video editing tools, among other interesting features. The major appeal of this application, though, are its disappearing messages. Once again, I use disappearing very lightly. Snapchat allows a time limit ranging from 1 to 10 seconds to be set for its messages. So in addition, users can allow their snap to be viewed for an infinite amount of time during a 24-hour time period. So that means it'll be up and available for anybody who wants to go back and review. Any snap taken can be saved to the user's memories should they want to save that picture or that video and then to post later on, or to simply keep it as something because it was a cool moment, keep it as a memory. We want to have that somewhere, in our phones. Ghost mode is also a feature available for Snap Map. So first off, Snap Map is connected to the user's location services on their phone. When access is allowed, SnapMap keeps track of where users are and makes that information available to other Snapchat users. So this is kind of like GPS tracking services through Snapchat, and this information is public to your friends, other users you have on your Snapchat account. Ghost mode allows users to hide their location from other users, right? This is why ghost mode is an advantage for this. Ghost mode does need to be toggled on since it is not set by default. So by default, all of your friends, if you are on Snapchat, can see your location at any given moment unless you activate ghost mode. Group Stories is also on this list and is another feature that allows multiple users to post to the same storyline. So, for example, if multiple Snapchat users are at the same event, right? Say a sporting event, a concert, any big gathering. Of course, we're talking before COVID, right? Right now, we shouldn't be gathering. We shouldn't be having any groups larger than 10. Right, so this is, let's just say before, a big concert, let's say. Everyone who's at that concert could post to the same storyline without needing to be connected through the app. And they would be able to view other people's stories if they are also posting to that storyline. And these are just some of the amazing features that offer all of that entertainment and, connection with other people. This is, for me, it's pretty amazing. I myself am a Snapchat user and I love all of these features. Now let's look at some of the stuff that I personally also don't love so much about the app, but that, when thinking of our younger users, think, oh boy, red flag. So let's cover some of those disadvantages. You can see that the list is pretty long. And these are just some of the disadvantages of having a Snapchat account. Very, very first thing we see at the very top of this list is how time consuming this application can be. It really should come as no surprise how time consuming this app and other apps can be, with all of the cool features that are available and then all of the constant updates we seem to get. There is always something new to try, or a new feature or a filter or to explore or play with. You use this feature with friends, use this filter with friends. It's endless. Snapchat is no different in this aspect, increasing overall daily screen time, and it contributes to interrupted sleep cycles for our developing youth. An example of this would be the feature called Snap Streaks. Snap streaks involve sending at least one daily snap to the same person for as long as possible. The highest streak I've personally seen was 256 days, and that was my sister and her friend. I can't imagine committing to sending at least one daily message to the same person for that long. I forget to respond to my text messages, so this snap streaks thing never worked out for me. But it does contribute to how much time we are away from other duties and how it helps distract us, right? Also on this list, there is no age verification for Snapchat. So per the terms of service, users must be 13 years or older to be on the app. And even though a birthday is entered when initially creating an account, there is no age verification of whether it's a real birthday or I'm just entering a fake one. I could create an account and say that I'm 16 years old, but really be 45. Or vice versa. I can create an account where it shows I'm 18 years old, but really be 12, 13, 14, right? So that for me is a very big red flag. Right under the no age verification, we see listed screenshots and notifications. So this app is designed to make the messages that are sent between users disappear after a time limit set by the sender. And this is customizable from 1 to 10 seconds. However, screenshots can be taken. A screenshot is a phone feature that captures an image of the user's screen with whatever is loaded on their screen at that moment. That capture is then saved to their phone's photo library. So a Snapchat user would be notified if a screenshot is taken of any of their uploads. but they wouldn't be able to do anything about it, right? And there is a little bit of a loophole there. When a phone is on airplane mode, there will be no notification if a snap is loaded and then the phone is put on airplane mode and then the screenshot is taken. Okay, that loophole kind of makes it so that the user, if I upload something or I send a message and whoever I sent it to, they load it and it's up on their phone and then they put their phone in airplane mode and then they take a snapshot, I will never know that they took a snapshot of my snap because I will never get a notification for that. Okay, so that is another red flag that I have found with Snapchat. Okay, right under screenshots and notifications, we see the Snap Map and permission requests. Let's talk about Snap Map. I did mention this briefly in the advantages when we were talking about the ghost mode feature. Snap Map lets friends see each other's locations if ghost mode is off. The biggest risk I see with Snap Map is having approved friends or approved friend requests from users that we don't know well, who would also be able to see our location. Okay, so this is something that I really feel like we don't need it. And the fact that ghost mode is off by default is also a little bit concerning for me. Right under that, right next to that, we see permission requests. So that kind of goes hand in hand. Permission requests also play a big part of who can see what. Snapchat will request permissions to access information on your phone. Some of those basic requests that are going to be made are access to contacts, to your photo library, to your camera, and of course your location. If permission to location services is granted by the user, Snap Map can then display your location for your friends to see. There are a couple more controls that I want to cover when we're deciding who can see what. However, that's going to be in our next section when we go over the privacy settings information. So right under that, through Snapchat, we also see that users will come across in-app links. These are links to other applications to make sharing snaps to other apps easier. So for example, if I take a snap of something, I could share it to my Facebook account, or I could share it to my Instagram account, or I could share it to my TikTok, right? So that's what those in-app links are. Also, Snap Cash is an added feature that is used to exchange payments through the app when a debit card or a credit card, when any of your card information is added to your user account. Anything with debit or credit cards, I never play with. This is a big red flag for me. And more so when, say, if I was adding my credit card or debit card information to, say, my sister's account. My sister's 14, she has a Snapchat. If I were to add my card to her account, I'm not really going to know if she purchases things until I get my bank statement, right? It just happens that way. So that is a big red flag for me. I am not going to be doing it, and I don't recommend anybody else add that information to any social media accounts. While using Snapchat, the application also collects data about your browsing habits and then shares that data with third parties. That shared information is used to customize the ads that you see based on your personal interests to make purchasing a certain product or certain products more likely. So just using myself as an example, I love clothes, I love shoes, I love cardigans. Love cardigans. So the majority of the ads that I would be shown while online would be for women's clothing, women's shoes, and cardigans. And then I would be shown cute cardigan outfits that would make me want to buy that outfit because I only have this or I only have that. So now I have to buy a whole outfit instead of just a cardigan or, etc. Because I've agreed to the terms of service for Snapchat, I'm giving permission for them to collect all of this information about me and share it to those third parties. So all of those customizable ads aren't going to be going away anytime soon. And then last but certainly not least, users on Snapchat are exposed to the culture of perfectionism, which impacts our youth's overall mental health. And it is just another area in life where societal pressures are present, right? Oh, I need to be perfect. Probably not a good thing to be exposed to at all moments, 24/7. Just no. Okay, so now that we've seen some of the good and some of the bad, let's look at how to customize our privacy settings and just make that user experience just a little more safe for everyone. So Snapchat did just install new updates, if I'm not mistaken, about a month ago. As far as I was able to tell, this process has remained the same. Okay, so this process that we're about to cover has remained the same. So first off, to access those privacy settings, we're going to have to open the application and then click on the avatar icon at the top left of the screen. So if you can see on screen in the little yellow bubble, you can see a Bitmoji or a little avatar for myself. That is my avatar. That little image is the one I look for when I want to access those privacy settings. So after I click on my avatar, I'm going to look to the top right-hand side of my screen and look for the gear icon. On screen, you can see it highlighted in a red circle and an arrow. And on screen, you can also see some of the categories that users will have access to in their settings. Okay, so under my account, users can find important information about themselves and their account information. So all that information you use to create your account will be listed here. Your name choice will be there, your username, the birthday that you entered to create the account, the email address, or if you use your mobile number, just depending on what you provided initially, will show up there. If we look at the second image on screen, the one on the right hand side, we can see a section at the bottom titled Who Can, right? Under this section, users can customize those controls for a safe user experience. Some of the customizable options include everyone, my friends except, and only these friends. So when we're looking at the categories that are listed on screen, who can, the very first one, contact me. You can either customize that to everyone or friends. Right under that, we see who can view my story. Everyone, friends, or you can customize that. Who can see my location? Friends can request location if allowed on the app settings. Who can use, say, my cameo selfie? That's like a cutout of my face to send messages. Everyone, only me, or my friends. And then last on the image on screen, who can see me in quick add? So the only options here are to allow or disable that. And then for extra support, Snapchat has installed a support center within the app for its users. To find that support center, we're going to once again look for our avatar, then the gear icon. And once you get into the menu that comes up after you click the gear icon, you will have to scroll all the way to the bottom to find the section that says support. Okay? By selecting support, by finding that section, you'll see I need help, I have a privacy question, and I have a safety concern. Those are the three options listed under there. If you select I need help, like we can see highlighted on screen, the Snapchat Support Center will pop up, like I said, within the app. It will pop up automatically, and that is the second image that is shown. There are many different help options available for users, and I highly encourage everyone to explore this feature to be as informed as possible. You can also see that on screen in that second image, I have put a little red square to highlight the privacy option in case you guys want more information on those privacy settings and how to customize. This is where you can go to find all of that. So I do encourage everyone to please, if you yourself are a Snapchat user, if you have kids who are on Snapchat that are younger, right, definitely be as informed as possible. And then if you are someone who prefers, say, like a computer or a desktop and finding information that way, you can also go online. The website for the support center is support.snapchat.com. And there you can look for the same information just on a bigger screen. Okay, so lastly, I would like to share with everyone a couple different ways to monitor activities on any social media applications. So some options that parents have for monitoring activity on social media are, first and foremost, you can ask your kids to walk you through their accounts and to share their username and password with you. These account walkthroughs can and should be a regular occurrence. Parents can also create their own account on the application to friend or follow their kids' accounts, or maybe even their kids' friends' accounts, just to keep an eye on what kind of things they're posting, what material, if it's questionable or not, right? You want to know. And then, of course, having random check-ins can also be useful. The only if that I see with having a regularly scheduled walkthrough is that if I had a regularly scheduled walkthrough coming up, I would go in and make sure to get rid of everything that I know my parents would object to. That is why having those random check-ins can also be useful. They won't know that it's coming, so they won't have a chance to, say, clean up their posts or their profile, or they won't have a chance to delete anything. And that way you'll be a little more informed as to, okay, well, sometimes they're posting about this and sometimes they post about that. So, and then of course our last option on here is parents can use third-party monitoring apps, and we have 3 examples for everyone today. Our first example is called Bark. So Bark monitors text messages, emails, 30+ social networks for safety concerns. There is also NetNanny. NetNanny blocks applications, filters content, tracks screen time, and much more. And then the last one we're going to share with everyone tonight is Family Time. Family Time manages screen time, blocks applications on your kids' phones, and also keeps track of their whereabouts. So like a GPS for them, but only you have access to it. I do want to let parents know, first off, that these applications are not free. Depending on the coverage you want, and if you purchase a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, the prices will range for each of these. These are just some options we wanted to share with you all that we got off of the Common Sense Media website as good options with good reviews from parents that do use them. Okay, but we just want to make sure that everyone knows these are not free. Also, Snapchat is a little special, okay? So regular account checks for Snapchat won't be 100% foolproof because Snapchat has disappearing messages, right? So if you're not a friend of your son or daughter and have access to their Snapchat, it might be a little bit hard to keep track of what they're posting and who they're chatting with and all of that. So as far as regular account checks for Snapchat, they won't work 100%. Instead, try to create your own account and friend them, or spot check the selfies and their saved snaps. Everyone has selfies in their camera roll on their phone, and everyone has saved snaps. Okay? To see those saved snaps and selfies, you can open Snapchat and then click on the double rectangles at the bottom center page. Okay, so once you open the application, it's going to come up to your camera. At the very center of the bottom, you're going to see a circle. That circle is the button you press to take pictures. To the left of that, you're going to see the double stacked rectangles. Click there to access those memories. All saved Snapchat pictures and stories will come up there. And if Snapchat has access to the photo library on your student's device, you'll be able to see the camera roll in there as well. Okay, so definitely check those out and make sure that what they're saving is appropriate, just to maximize safety. We do want to share as well that it really is up to the parents to make sure that children are safe and protected if they are being allowed on social media apps. These are also not the only options out there. Because each family dynamic is different, these options may or may not work for everyone. I do want to encourage everyone to explore other options or creatively come up with new ones that best work for the entire family. And then with that, we are going to begin wrapping up the presentation for today. I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully you can see that safety on social media is a priority for our MCS students. We would now like to share important resources with everyone, and then we'll take a couple questions. The last slide of this presentation will be our contact information in case any of you need further parent assistance. For our class schedules and much more, you can go to the Modesto City Schools website and then click on the Parent and Student Help Centers. Please take time to explore the Parent and Student Help Centers. One is specifically for parents and the other is for students. These sites provide how-to videos and trainings for our most used applications, and there's so much more in there to explore when looking for parent and student help and support. Once you click on the Parent and Student Help Centers, if we scroll to about the middle of the page, this is where you'll find these parent tools. Here you can find the guides and the how-to videos for PowerSchool, Go School Messenger, and Schoology, which are the three main applications we are using right now during distance learning. So once you have clicked on the Parent and Student Help Centers, it will bring you to this web page. These are the three options you'll see first. From here, we're going to select the training calendar so that we can take you to all of our upcoming classes. And then once you select the training calendar, this is the image that will come up to your screen. You can see I've highlighted today's date. Here are all the scheduled parent classes, and by clicking on any of the meetings in the calendar, you'll be able to find the link to join that meeting for that day. In addition, please feel free to explore this webpage as well. Our Department of Student Parent Community Support Services will post all of our upcoming parent classes on this page. Okay, and now we would like to share some of our upcoming classes. So as we mentioned at the beginning, today ends our 3-day social media series, and winter break for students begins December 22nd and ends January 8th. We will be welcoming everyone back to school January 11th, and shortly after that, we'll hold our next parent meeting where we will discuss self-care and different ways to maintain our personal well-being. This meeting will be held January 27th at 2:30 p.m., so don't miss it. No need to write all of this information down. All of the information regarding our parent virtual classes will be on the training calendar we just saw. At this time, we will take a few questions and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. If you haven't already, please type your question into the chat, or you can click on the raised hand icon to have a turn to ask your question directly. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Cynthia, for that awesome presentation and all that great information regarding Snapchat. At this moment, I don't see any questions. but if you'd like, we could, wait a few moments to see if any questions pop up. Alrighty, well, I don't see any hands up or any questions, so we'll just give it back to you, Cynthia.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephanie. So finally, here is our contact department, our department contact information. Please feel free to contact us for any questions that you have or questions that were not answered during this presentation. Also, don't forget to fill out the survey to give us feedback and share with us your recommendations for future parent classes and presentation topics. The survey link will be posted in the chat. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Goodbye, take care, and we will see you next time.